basically what I do is I just monitor crime, just like different crime scenes and stuff like that. Do a lot of police watching, police patrol, and things like that. Just to make the community aware. No, I don't get paid for it. I'm not an ambulance chaser. I just want to get that out there because, some folks think I'm an ambulance chaser.
Absolutely.
I'm getting paid or selling dead bodies. I've never sold a body, never attempted to sell a body, don't have a desire to sell the body. So that's what I do. And also, with this young man next to me, Charles McKenzie, he's an inspiration. He brought up the bait truck. He's the first one discovered the bait truck last year in August. Mm-hmm. And I would have never known what a bait truck is. I mean, it had not been for Charles. But I ain't going to take up all your time. We'll let Charles talk a little bit. Go ahead, Charles.
I'm Charles McKenzie, the community activist of Inglewood. Like Margie Johnson say, we together both do a lot of work in Inglewood, help out with the young youth, started a nonprofit organization called Inglewood First Responders because I do so much in Inglewood where we don't get recognized for the great things that we do in Inglewood. And no, I don't get paid as well. I just do it from the kindness of my heart because I love the people, I love my community. I'm trying to make a change and difference for my community and for the young people that's out there. So that's what I'm here to do. And I really appreciate this young lady. She do a lot of great work as well. All over the city of Chicago. That's how we bumped heads, man. She was doing a lot of filming and all that, and we just clicked together. And
we do it.
Yeah.
Made it happen.
And let me say something too. She said, Martin, we need to put some positive news on there. I said, all young people ain't out there shooting and killing. And she's right, you know what I'm saying? But people, I do show some positive things, but basically, I hate to be like the bearer of bad news. I mean, sometimes you go to my page, you always see young men dead. No, I mean, it's
awareness, and I appreciate you doing it because a lot of times we don't see everything that the news portray, and so even going to some of these neighborhoods, it's real mindful to know, where exactly you're going or what places you can go, and if there's a crime scene, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because, for instance, if I want to know what's going on the South Side as far as crime, I'll go to your page. If I want to know what's going on as far as activities and stuff for youth, I go to Charles' page. Matter of fact, that's how I was able to. When I brought the kids out to that football thing with
what's his name?
Matt Forte.
Matt Forte. I'd seen it on Charles' page, and Matt was awesome with the kids. And so, with that being said, we mentioned the bait truck, and I was going to ask both of you guys. First, you, Martin, what exactly, when you say crime chasers, for those who don't know who you are, because like I said, I'm from the west side of Chicago, so I don't know who's doing it on the west side. To the magnitude that you're doing it. For the most part, I go on you guys' page and it's pretty much lit, as the young kids say. So what exactly is a crime chaser? And is there certain areas you go to, and any event that somebody wants to bring awareness to an event that's going on, how would they go about that as far as you're concerned?
Well, crime chasers is similar to a storm chaser. You're risking, it's risky, it's very risky. And it's dangerous. You're putting your life on the line, and it's not easy. You get a lot of criticism. And what I do is I just film different crime scenes. I don't show bodies, graphic pictures with people with gunshot bullets in them and coming out their head and brains split on the ground. I don't show that. So I try to be professional with it. It's already touchy, and when I come into an area to do a crime scene, and if there's a lot of people out there, I try to pull back, get it from a distance, because sometimes when a person, loved one or a friend land on the ground and you walk around with a camera holding it up, man, they'd be like, man, man, don't you see I'm standing here? And I understand, I pull back, so with my spirituality, it tells me when to hold and when to fold. That's what I do. I don't get every crime. Some things I try to go, if God send me, leads me, I'll go to it. But I have a lot of people call me, go over here and go over there. No, I like to be the first one on the crime scene. I want to get there before the family. Because once the family get there, I'm shutting down and get it. You got to.
For respect.
Yeah, just respect.
Right.
Just have respect, And let me say this too, Cynthia. I don't mention gang affiliation people. I I don't victimize the dead. You know, this person could have shot 3 other people before he got shot and killed. But I would never say nothing bad about the person, because one thing I realized, we all have somebody that love us, good or bad, right or wrong, regardless of their lifestyle.
Right.
So I try to be respectful. Have I ever been threatened? Not really. I had a little slight threat, but nothing where it just make me stop or nothing like that. So I try to be professional. This is a dangerous thing. Anybody that want a crime chase, you know, try to play a neutral role. Do not comment on the person that's got shot, or who did, or who you suspect of. I've had people inbox me, well, you know, so and so did that. I said, well, you have to call the police, because I'm just reporting the crime.
Wow.
I'm not the snitch. I'm not the talebearer. It's not my duty to do that. But also, I want to give a shout out to Legal Health Firm. They've done a tremendous job. I partnered up with them.
I see that. Good for you.
And they do a tribute to every person. First, it started off with teenagers.
Right.
But now, all the other family members, they was requesting that, like, man, do my love one, do my love one. So right now, we have a list of every person that have been shot and killed, or even stabbed in the city of Chicago. We have that documentation right now. So the city of Chicago can give us fictitious numbers and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's basically what it is, people. Don't get paid for it. I love what I'm doing. Sometimes I pull back off of it maybe for a week or two to get my mind, because it's draining.
I can only stress you. I can imagine, because you know, I see you guys. You be somewhere everywhere, and like you said, you know, for the most part, when there is a death, you have emotional family members, and so you have to be mindful of that. You know, like you said, walking onto the scene, and you know, you got irate family members trying to bash your head in because they are assuming that you're recording something that you shouldn't. And then even with that said, now you have a lot of people that's trying to get likes and are trying to mimic what they seeing. But as you mentioned, it's about respect. So why would you go out there and want to show a dead body? And you know, it's like for some likes. And so, you know, I appreciate you guys being respectful. You know, I look at you, the lives out, being respectful to the family. But you know, like I said, like I tell people, I'm like, I call you guys the the South Side News. The South Side News, because, you know, we don't know it. We don't get it. The news only show, you know, what's befitting to them, and they can't be in 29 places at one time. So I commend you guys.
This guy right here, I tell you, I love working with Charles. But also, I want to mention my partner. This organization I work with too as well is called Missing Please Come Home. And we find missing people.
Awesome.
We have been very successful. Charles has worked with us along on the west side. You know, so you know, you've witnessed that.
I know that.
Vera Giles North, that's my partner. She started this organization, and I came along with her, and we've been together. We never had an argument. We never, you know what I'm saying? People was trying to insinuate different things between, you know, two men and women, you know, but it's been strictly business, all work, no play, and I thank God for Vera. I work with Vera Lovely, and I work with young Charles McKenzie. Charles had a vision for Inglewood first responders, and he asked me, and I felt privileged, I want you to be on the board of directors. Also, I'm a member. I would consider myself. So, you know, I said, my man, whatever you say, brother, I'm with you. Go ahead, Charles. Tell us.
So, you know, I was just about to ask him about that. Well, first, I want to ask you, what was your most memorable live that you've recorded? The most memorable one.
Well, you know the bait truck, that's it. I mean, but if you want to say the crime over there right off 86 and Cottage Grove, I think that was Maryland, 86, 87, when like multiple people got shot and people was on the porch in the alley, and they was pulling one, bringing in the ambulance. I mean, that was terrible. They said, this is what the story was saying, that they was on the porch gambling, you know, family member, they having a good time, and some guy walked through the alley and just started spraying up the porch. I mean, it was just, I mean, that was horrifying to me. And, you know, I've seen people jump off the bridge. I didn't see him literally jump off the bridge, but I didn't show it. I seen the man broke up. You know, it's like, dead bodies too in the garage. Oh man, the stench. And another one, on 63rd and May, when that landlord was putting that sewer. Oh my God, the smell from that. It would just make.
So you guys are live at the scene, witnesses.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's deep.
Yes.
Uncut.
Unedited. You already know what it is. It's the crime chase. It's live. Unedited.
So y'all see why I got them on, because this needs to be put out front, because you know they're doing things and they full force, and they're putting their lives they're putting their lives at stake to some degree to bring awareness to things that's going on that we don't generally see in the news. So Charles, what exactly is Inglewood's first responder?
I had a vision. Anything I do, I meditate, ask God about it. I'm a big believer of God. I walk by faith and not by sight.
Two black men that believe in God.
That's my biggest thing. And I just had a vision, and I'm like, God, I already do the community activist work in the community and help out the people in the community. So I just asked God, what do I need to do? And I just said, you know what, since I do this, I could do Inglewood First Responders. That was my vision. I thought about it. I sat down and meditate on it, and then I came to a conclusion. I went to Pastor Corey Brooks. Shout out to him. I went to tell him what I wanted to do and what was my vision. And he go for it, believe in what you believe in. And he introduced me to some great people, some lawyers that was immaculate.
Wow.
And got my business, got the organization started. And I take my hat off because people don't give people credit when credit is due.
That's true. I agree.
People
and
forget
people
about
won't give you information. I've noticed that even in my little walk, I've noticed that people keep information for themselves,
Right.
and it's like
Yeah.
everybody's divided. Everybody
Yeah.
claim they for something, but everybody's divided.
Right. But it's crazy. But he sat down with me. He said, "This is what you want to do," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is my dream. This is my vision."
Okay.
Because I help a lot of people, and he let's make it happen. Wow. And then the one phone call turned into a big thing, and I loved it. And then they got the paperwork did. I called Mart. I say, "Mart, you my main man. We never had no disagreements.
That's
me and
good.
Mart.
That's
we
good.
never had no arguments. None of that."
That's
And I
good.
called Mart. I said, "Mart, man, I really need you, bro." He "Well, let's do it. Let's make it happen." And from there, we've been taking off. I really thank my Inglewood First Responder team. My homegirl, Kawana, I sat down with her, was telling her about the vision as well. She got on board. And I got a lot of people that really get on board. But this is what I be thinking about. Like, the people like me and Mark G. Johnson, people don't want to recognize because we tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People get rewards, but they overlook people like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we do the right thing. But that'd be the craziest thing about it. Everybody else getting credit.
As long as you do right gonna stand.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
People can see. The Bible says, "Be aware of wolf dressed in sheep clothing. Many are called, few are chosen," which means that although somebody's standing in the forefront as acting as if they're what it is, people see right through them, and that's how you're able to weed around, what's good and what's not. I've been around for quite some time. I don't say much, but I see a lot of stuff, and I be like, really? Oh, that's what you on? Oh, that's what you on?
Right.
But when you see people like that, you got to keep moving. Like you guys partnered up. Both you guys are doing great things in Inglewood. So the Lord will lead you to the people and put the people in your life that you need around you to flourish with your dream.
Right.
So what exactly is it that you guys do? Inglewood's. I'm looking at the shirts. They got the shirts on, y'all. Inglewood's
First responders. Don't shoot, I
So
wanna live.
what do you guys? I mean, what is it that you do?
It's basically the same as
Same
crime
thing,
chase.
right.
Same.
Oh, okay.
We go to crime scenes.
Okay.
Or like see the parents or
Right,
something
we'll talk
of
to the parents.
of the victim,
Oh, okay.
something like
Yeah,
it's
done
basically the
crime,
same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Got it.
Charles came up with that vision, instead,
yeah.
because sometimes parents don't get acknowledged either.
Right.
Even though their loved one is dead, laid on the ground, and sometimes just going in 4, 5, 6, 7 deep and go see the parents.
Right. Show
Oh man,
love.
that does a lot.
Yes.
It does a lot for
Yes.
the parents. And I want Charles, you failed to mention. Tell them about the website if they want to
Yeah,
join.
yeah,
and-
I was just
okay.
about to say that,
Man,
y'all.
brother, you slept
Wait. So how do you go about joining? I mean, are you guys open to?
we open for
So
everybody.
then we get on. Somebody call y'all, fill out whatever, and
it's
then
you can sign up. You can go to www. It's all together. InglewoodFirstResponders.com. We got a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
It's InglewoodFirstResponders.com. www.InglewoodFirstResponders.com. We have all the paperwork. When you sign up, you click on the link. It comes straight to the email.
Okay.
So it'll let me know who all involved, who not.
That's
we
awesome.
just fed the homeless like a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
Like it was so hurtful, and we was there, and people don't understand how people live until they got to be out there in the trenches, And me and Martin and a couple of other crew came out, and I really want to thank my brother Pootie. He have a tattoo shop. He owned 2 tattoo shops. He donated and came out, showed
that's
love,
nice.
and showed love with us as well.
if y'all notice, Charles don't like to look in the screen.
Look at the screen, Charles.
He came out and showed us love, but people don't understand how people's life is until they get out and see it. Like, we saw so many people that was out there was like so hurtful.
Wow.
We saw how they was living, and it was like crazy. But we blessed right now.
And
you
take
know?
stuff for granted, the
Yes.
small things.
Yes.
We get food every day. These people out here searching for food. So I totally, I've seen it when I went to Tent City, and I was just like amazed because I couldn't imagine living in those conditions. I mean, you're living outside and no food, and another thing I think, just my my personal view on, what do you guys feel about, like, for instance, you say you feed the homeless. So are you guys walking up to them with your cameras out saying, look, we feeding the homeless?
No,
Okay.
we don't
I
do
see
nothing
so
like
many
that.
people doing
Like,
these people.
We asked them, did they want to take a
we
picture?
asked them, do they want to take a picture?
Or-
Y'all out there taking notes, the ones
Right.
that be
Right,
going on
right.
Facebook
We
talking
are.
about, let me get some likes. That ain't cool.
It's not all about that, because it's all about people's personal space.
Absolutely.
See, we went out there. Nobody gave us no money, none of that. We did it with ourselves.
Okay.
But when we did it from the kindness of our heart. Like,
Okay.
when we went out there, we asked them, like, we want to do it so people can donate more to you guys, not
Right.
just to get likes.
Right.
We asked them too.
And we asked them, did they
we
want to
said,
be in
if
there?
it's okay for y'all
That's
to
the
take
respectful thing.
pictures,
Yeah.
for us to, you know what I'm saying,
That's-
to let the other people know, well, y'all, they come
Good.
donate food at. That was it. But we ain't do it for no
Because
show
I
or
remember
nothing.
going to Tent City, and it was people out there, and keep in mind, nobody wants to be in that state.
Right.
And so, like you guys said, people there, you still have to respect people's space. And
Yes.
so, one guy out there, he was like, "Could y'all go with those cameras? Cause I got a warrant or somebody
Right.
looking for me." And one of the person that was filming was talking crazy, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "This is this man's livelihood. This
Right.
is where you like, how you gonna?" And so so. That ain't cool.
Some people
That
just
ain't
do
cool.
it for likes and
Indeed.
get money and all that. I mean, if you're doing it from the kindness of your heart, see, I'd rather be blessed from God because it lasts long.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? When God bless you, because I'm a big believer. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm a big believer. And when He bless you, can't nobody can do nothing about it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So it's like, I want all them blessings. You know what I'm saying? So it'll come. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a great feeling when you can give back to somebody else.
So let me ask you this:
Go
do you
ahead.
have to be from the South Side to join Inglewood's Finest?
No,
it's all over.
It's all over.
Okay.
We everybody. It don't matter what gay, who, white, black. We everybody.
awesome.
Everybody can get on board.
Yeah, I mean, it's like me. I do crime not in South Shore, Woodlawn. Actually, I'm originally from Woodlawn, but I've been living in Inglewood for the last 4 years. So, I mean, I started doing this in Woodlawn, but I mean, by me doing it in Inglewood so much, so much crime, I just blew up,
Right.
and it was like, man, I met Charles. Charles wrote up on me like, hey man, let me. I'm like, man, who's this guy here, man? I'm like, I don't know, man, because I was so used to doing crime chasing by myself. So,
Right.
man, I watch you back. Man, I'm good. But you know what? Eventually, I said, this guy all right, though.
Yeah.
I found out who his dad. I found out who his dad was. So I was like, you know what? I've been knowing your dad for years. You cool? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? It's a real serious thing when you out there crime chasing.
Yep.
You got to be careful what you say, Cynthia.
true.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful what you show.
That's true. You're right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because once it's out there, ain't no taking back.
That's so
Yep.
true.
So those of you out there that's videoing people that's
so-
laying on the ground bloody, that's not wise.
No, it's not.
Somebody would do something deadly to you. And like me, I'm outside every day. I'm at the gas station, grocery stores. I might be on the red line, the green line. So I have to be professional because
That's
it
right.
ain't like, like it was another guy that's doing, what's this other guy they called was out there showing
gotta say
bloody
his name.
bodies.
You ain't gotta say his name.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say his
Oh.
name. But anyway, I ain't gonna say his name.
Right.
But people's out there looking to do something to him.
Yeah, because that's somebody love.
Showing bodies and stuff like that, and they was like, hey, are you that person? I said, no, I'm not that person.
Yeah,
you
I'm
gotta
the
get it
crime
together.
chaser.
Right.
You gotta-
I'm
yeah.
respectful, so hey, I try to be respectful. I try to make sure my words are seasoned with grace, Cynthia. I try my
That's
best,
good, and that's the only way to do it.
And I with me, not to cut you off, but
Look
I
at the screen.
started, what I'm saying, when I was young, 15 years old, with Ceasefire. T.O. Hardeman was my our boss. Kobe Williams was my
T.O.
mentor. And it went a long way. They stopped the funding with Ceasefire, and I kept going on.
That's
You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? I kept doing it because that was my passion.
That's
This
awesome.
my community, and I kept seeing my community fall. So I'm like, since they stopped the funding, I'm gonna keep going on. But I always had my mentor, Kobe Williams. I always had T.O. that kept calling me to check on me.
That's good.
For me to keep doing the good things in the community. And ever since then, man, my vision was to straight, the dude was right. Nobody perfect, I was young and wild once before too. But
So is that
things change.
So with that being said, is that why you now you're an activist?
Yes.
Is that because you knew what it was back then? Because you said you changed. So were you
Yes.
a part of the street then?
I was part of the problem. Now I'm
Okay,
part
wow.
of the solution.
That's awesome.
You know, that's why a lot of people don't understand the real.
Say it again.
I was part of the problem. Now I'm part of the
Y'all heard
solution.
that? Get on board, people.
Some people don't know what that's real activist. That's what you call real activist. Some people just call themselves activists. You know what I'm saying?
ain't been through nothing.
You ain't been through nothing. You ain't seen what I seen. People ran from gunshots, but and all that. Everybody did, but some people been places that other people never been.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
And with that, you can and from that you can tell the heart, because like you said, when you've been through something and now you can talk about it and try to change it, that says a lot about an individual. Because so often I see people hop on TV, and as long as there's a camera there,
Oh
Yes.
my God.
it's like, oh, I did this, this happened, and it's like, when the cameras aren't there, what are you doing? Why is it that every time, if you're doing something from the heart, why is it that you need the cameras every time you make a move?
yeah, but and that be the crazy part too. I see a lot of people have security and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need security, and I feel that who I am, I should have it, but I don't need it for what?
But let me say this to you. Let me say this to you guys. y'all, listen.
But I'm serious.
For those that out there that want to be an activist or come into the activist community or do good deeds in our neighborhood, don't wait till you become a millionaire, because it probably never would happen. I'm just being honest with you. Don't wait until you get that grant. It probably won't happen. So I'm going to tell you what God told Moses. Use what you got in your hand. Moses had a staff. And that's what you use. Whatever tool that you have, whether it's an iPhone or whatever it is,
That's right.
use it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a gift of talking to people and, pulling people on one-on-one, use it. Let that be your gift. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia, she works with young people. She bring out the greatness, and she tells the greatness and the goodness about it. So I can't be her. She can't be me.
That's
I
true.
can't be Child can't be neither one of us. So it's like the world is a big stage, and everybody got their role to play. And I'm going to play mine to the max, people. Believe me.
Oh yeah, like it's a script that my pastor.
Y'all get them getting biblical.
You know what I'm saying? Be speaking a lot. He say you don't have to be a star to be in my show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I like that.
You don't have to do all these crazy things or oppress people to be in my you know what I'm saying, to be in my show. But I am who I am. Mark is who he is. This young lady is who she is.
You know,
what I'm
it's funny. I just made a post. I had two little girls here. They were entrepreneurs, and they were so funny. 10 and 11. They do tie-dye.
Okay.
And I was asking one of them, I said, have you told your friends in school about what you got? She was like, no. I'm like, why? She was like, cause they going to steal my idea. And when she said that, I told her the story. I said, tell you, first of all, like you guys just said, what's for you is for you. God give us all a different path, a different vision, a different outlook on things. So what's for you is for you. Ain't nothing that these two could do to block what God got for me or my vision. And so I told her, I said, next time you go to the grocery store, go in the bread aisle with your mother. I said, look, it's about 50 different brands of bread up there, all of them by themselves. We go in and choose which one we want.
Right.
So don't ever be detoured by what somebody else got going on. And like you said, whatever you got, be great at it. Be great.
I mean,
And so,
use your tool. That's
Yeah.
right. Let me say this to the parents out there that got teenagers. I often talk to teenagers. Teenagers, it's cool being cool, I guess. But listen, once you pull that trigger, once you pull that trigger and that bullet leaves that chamber, that bullet is not coming back. There's no rewind button.
Right.
This is not a video game. This is real life. When you shoot someone else, child, that, you know what I'm saying, that you hurt to the family. My nephew was executed, shot 9 times in the head, broad daylight, the first warm day 3 years ago in March. And and so I know what it is. I've heard. I had a cousin just got shot last year. So people, I'm not just running around here with a camera filming. And listen, I'm also a victim in a sense because I've been affected by gun violence. So that's what I want to say. And for those, let me say this, because at times, do not be sitting in these cars, especially in these high crime areas. I know you guys like to turn up, to get with the crowd and all that. And I'm not trying to sound like no preacher.
No,
but
we need
listen,
to hear that.
But
they need to hear that.
it's you don't know what's operating in another person's mind. Anytime a person come and shoot in a crowd of people. And you said, well, I don't bother nobody. I go to work every day. I go to church, and I just want to come out and have a few little soft drinks with my friends. But you don't know what the next person have done.
That's so
Now, he know the duck when he see the Chevy come down the block or SUV. You don't know the duck, but that's all I'm going to say. 1 minute.
So last but not least, I want you guys to give a shout out to whomever, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So you go ahead.
Want to shout out God's Gorillas, my buddy Rick, for God's Gorillas. You know the logo on the shirt. He do great work in the community as well, like feed the homeless and feed a lot of people as well. My little brother E-Mac, you know what I'm saying?
I want to give a shout out to my friend, my partner, Vera Missing, please come home. I want to give a shout out to a legal health firm, and I want to give a shout out to Cynthia for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And I want to give a shout out to my other partner, Charles McKenzie.
You guys stuck with me. As always, I want to thank God for allowing me to have this vision. Thank Can TV for allowing me to have this space. My son that's on the opposite side of the room that's learning the switchboard. Thank God for him. And last but not least, Charles, I need to get in touch with some of your youth. I need some youth that's doing great things, and I got a bunch of stuff that I want to do with them. So again, thank you guys for coming on, and y'all stuck with me.
All right.